There's a famous story about Robert the Bruce the night before the Battle of Bannockburn. You might have heard it before. I know that I've told it many times, although the English tell it differently. If you're interested in the people, places and events in Scottish history, then click the subscribe button at the bottom right of the screen. In the meantime, let me tell you the story twice. You see, I'm going to tell you the story two ways, and I'm going to let you decide which one to believe. The story is possibly the most famous story about Robert the Bruce. Well, apart from the talking spider, but nobody's going to be crazy enough to dispute that story, are they? No, the story that I'm going to tell is from the night before the Battle of Bannockburn. It's a story of the encounter between Robert the Bruce and Henry de Bohun. We can be pretty sure that this event took place because it's corroborated by several sources. Always a good start. But there are two very different versions with alternative sides to the story. The one I tell tourists is the one most Scots are familiar with. It's the story that were told by the 14th century writer John Barber in his epic piece, The Bruce. On the night before the battle, or on the first of the 2 days of the battle, because even nuances like that can alter the story. Robert the Bruce performed a legendary feat of chivalry which remains part of his story to this day. As the invading English army approached from the south, Henry de Bohun was in the English vanguard, sent out to the front to scout, or impetuously eager for a fight. We don't know for sure. Either way, he was a full bow shot ahead of his company when he spotted King Robert mounted in front of a small group of his men on the edge of the Tor Wood. Here was an opportunity not to be missed. De Bohun was mounted, ready, nay, eager for battle, on a great destrier charger. He could put an end to the conflict right here and now, kill the Bruce, and the Scots would surrender. Many English knights would be spared. He would be awarded honours, titles, lands. It was like picking the right 6 numbers in a bonus ball, and it was an easy win. As he closed his helmet and tilted his lance, mounted on the surest steed of many hands, surrounded by burnished steel, he saw his target, King Robert Bruce, ill-prepared, unmanned, sitting on a little pony dressed in a pink housecoat and slippers. As de Bohun's steed built up speed, the Bruce turned to one of his sergeants and said, "Give me an axe." "But no, sire, you cannot take on this challenge." Sorry, he was Scottish. "You're fucking joking!" "Give me an axe," demands the Bruce as de Bohun draws nearer. "But sire, this is an ill-matched challenge, and to lose you means we lose the day." "Are you taking the piss? You can't change the laws of physics, Captain. I'll need to reverse the polarity of the dilithium crystals. There's just not enough time." Did I take that too far? His sergeant gives him the axe and de Bohun gets closer and closer. The Bruce waits. De Bohun gets faster and faster. The Bruce waits. De Bohun is upon him, and just as the knight's lance is about to strike, the Bruce jinks his little pony to the side. De Bohun can't change his course, and as he passes, the Bruce stands up in his stirrups and brings his axe down on de Bohun's head, rending his helmet in two, splitting his skull, and as his head hits the ground, his brains spill out in the air. And that's how haggis was invented. The first blow in unevenly matched hostilities was struck. It gave courage to the Scots and demoralised the English, and set in train the expectations for the next day, where Scotland's independence was retained. Bruce nonchalantly looked down at the shattered weapon, saying, "It's a shame to have broken such a good axe." Okay, I've embellished the story just a little. In fact, he didn't borrow the axe. He had the axe all the time. But apart from that, everything happened just like I said. Although, there's another version to this story. You see, if instead of taking your history from the meticulously balanced and well-researched Barber description, you read your history from the propaganda piece that was Vita Edward Secundii, you see what I did there? But just before I give you the other story, let me tell you about the live shows that I'm doing in 2023. Now, if you've been watching the channel, then you'll know that I'm touring a live stand-up show with more jokes all over Scotland in 2023. But first, I'm heading down under. Come and see Stories of Scotland in Perth, Western Australia on the 18th and 19th of February, Adelaide on the 28th of February and the 1st of March, Christchurch on the 4th of March, Dunedin on the 16th and 17th of March, Brisbane on the 30th and Melbourne on the 27th of April. Please tell all your pals. You'll get details for the shows on my website and I'll leave a link below. The other detailed account comes from the life of Edward II, an English chronicle of that unfortunate king's reign. It tells the story a wee bit differently. Again, de Bohun was riding ahead of the vanguard on the edge of the Torwood where the Scots were camped. In his report, Sir Henry de Bohun wasn't alone, but was accompanied by his squire and some Welsh soldiers. He was looking for King Robert for the same reasons as Barber suggests, but he and his band saw some Scots moving the edge of the woods as if they were trying to run away. Sir Henry led his men to chase them on the edge of the wood, and when King Hob burst out from hiding with a crowd of Scots in an ambush, good Sir Henry saw that he was outnumbered and he attempted to turn his horse to flee. But that dastardly Bruce, a known murderer who desecrated holy ground with his crimes, struck Sir Henry in the head with an axe and killed him from behind. Sir Henry's men were killed, captured or put to flight, including his squire. He'd been overwhelmed trying to protect his master's body. Rather than a chivalrous challenge thrown down and accepted, de Bohun's death is presented as a result of underhand dealings. Now we've no way of knowing which version's true, or indeed if either truly represents what's happened. Both accounts represent opposing sides in the physical battle and wider propaganda war that wasn't concluded until 1707. Or was it? To this day, two different sides will take different views. Now, Robert the Bruce was a famous knight even before Bannockburn. He could be merciful and chivalrous to his foes, but more than once or twice, he was willing to break the laws of arms understood by the noble class that he was part of to win. Of necessity, many of the Scottish victories or capturing castles were achieved by deception and guerrilla tactics. Now, in most of this war post 1306, Bruce displayed both valour and caution in defeating his enemies. He'd been preparing the ground at Bannockburn for months since the ultimatum given to Edward II. Would a veteran warrior like him really have been caught off guard on the eve of battle? Of course, don't forget, in spite of bouts of ill health, at 40 years old, he was still a formidable warrior. Logically, the idea that a rash young English knight saw a chance to kill Bruce, miscalculated, and died trying to escape a trap of his own making seems the likeliest. But since we'll never know for sure, you'll have to make up your own mind. Let me know in the comment section which option you went for. I'm going to keep telling folks how haggis was invented. There's another story that you might not know about Robert the Bruce coming up on screen now. If you want to support the channel and help me keep making these videos, then click the top right to become a Patreon member or buy me a coffee with a link in the description below. Hammy and Doch is going to be a lot of my life. Sherry and Drasta.